Philippines presidential election is coming, but it seems that the whole situation is like Filipino entertainment clown circus. Since ordinary folks couldn't have the voice to make a change in politics, they could only bank their hopes on some political clowns to change their life, whether for good or for bad. So far, the Philippines under a polarized incumbent president, Duterte, is in decline. If he's not elected in the Senate after his presidential term, or his daughter, Sarah, is not able to endorse him, he will really be in deep trouble. He will be forced to face the International Criminal Court for whatever he has done to many citizens, including the innocents. But now we are seeing 3 clowns up for the presidency to make the country even worse. The first one is Bongbong Marcos, whose father was a president notorious for corruption, luxury and brutality. When the Philippines was under his father, Filipinos lived in oppressions, yet now we are seeing his son emerge. In this regard, are Filipinos silly enough to vote for another Marcos so much that citizens had to undergo martial law more or less again, or may even have to upgrade to the next level of corruption?
I'm rich!
Under Duterte, many Filipinos have suffered in fear enough. If Bongbong comes in and take over, we'll see more Filipinos suffer until they will really have no money to eat, no place to live, and more women will need to sell themselves away, and more men become women in order to survive. The Marcos family doesn't care about the people, they only care about power. The second candidate is hilarious. It's simply telling Filipinos to vote for a joker, Francisco Domagoso, who hilariously goes by the stage name Isko Moreno. A lot of Filipinos do have problems with their brains because they don't take the presidential elections as a serious matter, but in someone they think it's more fun to run the country. In other words, many of them are still living in some Disney cartoon fantasy world. Although Isko is a mayor, he's also an entertainer on various social media platforms, so he's more of a clown than a politician. And I really don't know why he could become a mayor in the first place. If he's gonna be the president, we'll see more and more women and men having day challenges on their TikTok. And another similar case with Isko was Manny Pacquiao. But this one is a little bit different because people love him as a fighter. The Filipinos chose him just because he was a champion boxer, but nothing else, or not even how he is able to run the country. Apparently, he's nothing but just a pet man. Some Filipinos are really local here because many of them don't really understand or even bother with politics, and they are lack basic education when it comes to make any decision. Their voting preference is always based on hearsay. If the Philippines are going to have such a precedent, we'll see a lot of street fighters that many Filipinos will eventually become good for nothing but gamblers for boxing matches or at least cockfights. It will be very difficult to see for the Philippines to become a civilized and developed country under such an amateur leader. The country will become more bankrupt and we will see more poor families who have to always utang for money. Despite all these 3 clowns are in place, luckily, there is a decent candidate. She's none other than the current vice president and also the nemesis of Duterte, Leni, Robredo, a liberal progressive whose campaign themes of radical love to undo Duterte's toxicities is gathering momentum. She is the hope for returning to the glory days of the fight for freedoms and may somewhat improve the life of Filipinos. At least she knows what damages Duterte has been causing, and she may know how to restore it. There's so much mess for her to clear in the government if she is elected. Based on her experience as a vice president under the years of humiliations and suffering received from Duterte, she has a better knowledge of running the country than all these 3 jokers. And making amendments to the current bad policies, especially the one in shooting innocent people. At least under her leadership, Filipinos are able to see some light to reach proper healthcare and children can grow up safe and healthy with a better education and a better environment in the right way. Do you know how many babies in the Philippines have been going missing or mamatay every year due to poverty and heavy corruption? Uncountable and not even reported.
What?
To be honest, if I were a Filipino, I would vote for Leni naturally. Subscribe, like, share, and leave down comments. Thank you for watching.